Holy crap, I've been to a lot of campgrounds and I've seen a lot of stuff in the last year, but this is by far the craziest thing I have seen in a campground yet. Sydney, you have got to come out here. You are not going to believe what I have just seen out there.
What is it?
When I was out walking Max, I saw a man walking a squirrel on a leash. It had a tiny little harness and a leash and everything, and he was walking that squirrel on a leash.
No, you didn't. You're lying.
I promise you I saw it.
No, you didn't.
I promise.
No, there's no way.
Come look.
We gotta check it out. Y'all, he is being serious. I could have swore he was lying. I thought I was gonna get out there and see like a small cat on a leash or something. But I get out there and it is a dang squirrel with a harness on and a leash. So I walk up to the man. I gotta know. I walk up to the man and start talking to him about it. Ask him if I can take a few pictures. I didn't want a video. I felt like that was a little rude. But I took some pictures. I said, can I take a few pictures? He let me take some pictures. This squirrel is like crawling all over him, up and down his arms, on top of his head, jumping off. He even has a cat. And his cat walked up, and the look that his cat gave that squirrel was like he was ready for some lunch or something. And the guy said, don't. Looked at his cat, and that cat walked off. But it's just so funny. He said they rescued the squirrels. He's got 2 of them. He said they're just like 3 or 4 months old. He rescued them and they're raising them. So it was just so funny. I never in my life thought I would see a squirrel on a leash, but I guess you see everything.
As I sink deeper, feel my heart skips a beat. Will we keep this secret as I feel my soul flee deeper? Feel my heart skips a beat. Will we keep this secret as I feel my soul flee?
Well, good morning. Today we are at the zoo. It's an absolutely gorgeous day outside. It's perfect weather, 75, sunny, and we are at the zoo in Oregon. It's the Oregon Zoo in Portland, and we're going to check it out. So we just spent today at the Oregon Zoo, which is in Portland in Washington Park. We've been to a lot of zoos. I've got a biology degree, undergrad, love zoos. And so we've been to a bunch of them. Washington, D.C., St. Louis, Memphis, all over the South we've been to zoos. And this one, if you're going 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 1 being like somebody's backyard, and 10 being San Diego Zoo, this is probably like a 4, honestly.
It's being nice.
It's just kind of meh. Like the thing is, it's just like a trail through the woods. There's a big trail and there's a lot of people, but there's really not a lot to see. There's tons of stuff under construction. There's not as many animals.
Half of the exhibits were closed.
Yeah, like literally half of them are probably closed. There was not as many animals as I would think there would be. We've been to some smaller zoos that had more animals. Like, this is a big zoo, takes up a lot of space, but there's mostly just walking and like food places and congregation, not a ton of animals that were actually there. After a long, hard day of going to the zoo and taking a nap and swimming and going out to eat, what do we need? Tell them, Callie, what are we going to get?
Say ice cream.
Ice cream. We are going to go get us some ice cream tonight. Callie loves her some ice cream. I think her mommy loves some ice cream. Yeah, ice cream. Tough life we've got going this week. Holy crap, that was some good ice cream. I mean, I don't even know where to start with how good that ice cream was. We had like double chunk brownie, which had chunks of brownie in it, and chocolate ice cream. And then we also had, what was it, snickerdoodle or something like that?
Cinnamon snickerdoodle.
It was cinnamon snickerdoodle. That sounds redundant. But cinnamon, I can't even speak. Cinnamon snickerdoodle ice cream, which both of those were incredible.
It had like chunks of snickerdoodle cookies in it.
Yeah, so like the brownie had chunks of brownies, the snickerdoodle had chunks of snickerdoodles. It was the best ice cream I've ever had. And you know what made it better?
It was free!
It was free. For whatever reason they gave it to us. I don't know if they said, hey, those are like poor people, or if they said, hey, those people from Alabama, they are a long ways from home, maybe they need some ice cream. I don't know what the deal was, but they gave us free ice cream. Maybe it's because it's our first trip, I don't know, but it was absolutely phenomenal. It's called Salt and Straw.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name comes from. I'll have to look that up to figure it out, but best ice cream I've had. Portland so far has been living up to the hype of being a food town. We showed y'all earlier in the week the Rose Festival that we happened to catch. Well, Portland's a city with a ton of roses. This is another we were just driving down the road and found this random rose garden, and it is beautiful. There's just rows and rows and rows of well manicured roses, and there's several of these in town. We're going to go to International Test Rose Garden either tomorrow or the day after, which is supposed to be the largest one in town, and pretty spectacular from the pictures and the things I've read about it online. But I think it's really cool that a city invests as much time and energy into having green space, and to have green space that's really well manicured. I mean, there's no weeds in these things, the grass is well kept. It's not an easy task to keep all this up, and I know that that's somebody's job, or multiple somebody's jobs. I think it's really cool that the city invests that kind of money and time into having really cool and beautiful things for their city. It's not pretty just to drive by, but it's pretty to walk through and spend time in a city that's so congested and so crowded with people like Portland is. I think these are awesome spaces they have to kind of feel like even in the midst of a busy city, you're still have some green space and still have some area where you kind of feel like you're in nature. And this is just one of many rose gardens that they have in town. All right, so we have come to Washington Park today, which is a huge, park, green space. I mean, when I say huge, I mean like really big. If I remember reading correctly, it's the largest city park of any major city in the U.S. It's just like an enormous park. Currently, we're sitting in the Rose Garden, and we've been just super frustrated with our daughter. We've been trying to get some cute pictures.
Dressed her up.
We dressed her up, Sydney did her hair, got her in a bow, and all that kind of stuff, and she's just been a nightmare to try to take pictures of. She's just not feeling it today. I don't know what's going on with her, but she is not having any part of it whatsoever. And my favorite is this face. This pretty much sums up the day. But we're also going to go play at the playground, check out the playground. Looks like there's a pretty cool one here for her to play. Maybe she'll be in a little bit better mood. Then we're going to go try to find some food. Maybe we can finally eat at State Biscuits, which we've been trying to eat at since we've been here. So we're going to try to check it out. We were going to go to the Children's Museum today and just decided, based on the money and the crowds, it just wasn't worth it. She's so small now that she can't fight her way through a crowd if there's a lot of people there to do stuff to play. So we decided not to do that and save that money and do something when we're in Seattle in a few weeks. But we're going to check out the rest of this park and then hopefully get some really good food today.
know. We gotta stop doing these videos.
Sydney's mad because we keep shooting videos after we eat somewhere. But Portland is a food town, and so we've been eating out
All the time.
way more than we ever do. I mean,
too
other day I
much.
said that we've eaten out only once. We've eaten out 3 times the whole time prior to Portland, and now we've eaten out 3 times in like 4 days. So
We even walked down to the ice cream place to see if we could get more ice cream. We didn't do
we
it.
didn't get more ice cream though, so we just didn't.
We should. Do you want to?
No, that's okay. But we had State Biscuits, which was amazing. It's a restaurant that started by 3 guys from North Carolina that moved to Portland. They started a food cart kind of deal at the Saturday market, and it just kind of grew from there. But they wanted to bring the taste of North Carolina to Portland. So they have biscuits. That's their main thing there. I had the Reggie, which is a biscuit, a big old, it's a massive like cat head kind of biscuit with chicken, like fried chicken, cheese, bacon, and then covered in gravy. And it was amazing.
I had the club, which I wanted to get something different. He said what Jeremy gets is the main one that everybody gets, but I wanted to get something different. So I got the club, and it was the big biscuit with brisket and bacon, topped with lettuce and tomato and covered in ranch. It was so tall. Like, I was like, how am I even gonna eat this? So I ended up just like taking my lettuce off, chopping it up, making me a little salad with all the ranch dressing. Callie ate my tomato. We pulled the brisket off. Callie ate half the brisket, and I just kind of pulled it apart in pieces and ate it, because there's really no other way to do that.
But the brisket was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. All the pieces of it were good.
I'm always a fan of gravy, so I definitely had to do the Reggie. There was other options that looked really good. This was a Triple D place from Guy Fieri, so that's how we kind of heard about it and found out about it. But it was really, really good. It does kind of make me miss Alabama. I don't know if it lives up to a Jack's biscuit, just to be honest with you, but as far as like specialty kind of biscuits, it was pretty good.
None of these donuts. All the donuts are like, okay, Krispy Kreme's better.
Yeah, if the hot and ready signs on it, Krispy Kreme is still probably better than paying $3 for a stupid donut when you can get a dozen for $5 or $6.
We gotta stop eating out.
We gotta stop. I think that's the last time we're eating out here.
Wait, didn't you want to do the food trucks?
Okay, maybe we'll eat some food trucks. I don't know what we're gonna do. But we got about a week before we get to another town after we leave here, so we won't eat out then, I hope.
We'll see. So we just left Powell Books, and it is the biggest bookstore I've ever been in my entire life. I just told Jeremy there was no way that I could look for books for myself, because I'd want to buy everything, and it really makes me want to start reading now. So I've got like 4 or 5 books at home that I haven't read that I'm going to start reading. And we got Callie a book. Show him Callie's book.
She's got...
Show what book did you get?
So we got
Say Elmo.
Elmo's book.
Tell him you got Elmo.
Elmo?
Yeah, she loves Elmo. So we got her an Elmo book and just kind of checked out the store, which was really, really cool.
So on our clear food journey through Portland, we have stopped at the Alder Street food carts. There are tons.
So many.
There's tons of food carts. I mean, any type of food, any nationality of food, anything you can think of, they have here. There's probably 50 different carts. I don't know how many there really are, but
That's probably
a pretty good accurate thing. It goes around the whole city block. Portland's known for their food carts as well, so we've been trying them out. We went and looked at kind of all of them, walked around the whole block, and then decided we love fish and chips. I don't know why we love it so much, but we love fish and chips. So we went to the Frying Scotsman, which is a fish and chips food cart. We haven't eaten anything yet, so I'll let you know how it is. It looks amazing, but parking down here is pretty tight. There's a ton of people. We got here at 11 and then went to Powell Books, which is a couple blocks over, and there wasn't hardly anybody here. And now it's 12:30, and it's just like the masses have descended upon this place. It's been really packed. But some of these food carts have 10, 15, 20 people deep waiting to get food. It's just a really cool thing to check out down here. If you work down here, you can literally have a different type of food every day for a month if you wanted to. We're gonna check our food out and see how it is. Well, that was good. That was probably the second best fish and chips that I had ever had. Sydney and I, one time when we went to Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, we were in Nova Scotia about to go into Cape Breton. We stopped at this place that was attached to a truck stop, and the name of the restaurant was...
Restaurant.
The name of the place was Restaurant. Very original. And we didn't really, thank you. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, but it was amazing fish and chips. It's on the water there, and so they literally had caught the fish out on the water and then brought it in and then fried it up, and it was incredible. That's probably the best fish and chips I've ever had. However, this was the second best fish and chips I've ever had. It's very buttery. They had either fried it or dipped it in butter before they fried it, and it was really good. I think Sydney liked hers a good bit. Of course, she douses hers in, what do you put? Malt vinegar and all that nasty stuff. I don't do that.
Just malt vinegar.
Just malt vinegar, my bad. And it's just, that's just nasty. I can't even stand the smell of it. But it was really good. So if you're in Portland, definitely try out the Frying Scotsman.
And we're done eating out.
I think we're done eating out for a while. We're going to the beach for the next 3 days, then we're going to Olympic National Park after that. So I don't think we're going to be eating out until we get to Seattle in a couple weeks. I hope.